Fling of the Week. I'm Rashita, the moderator of today's forum titled Positive and Negative Outcomes of Animal Testing. Today we have Dr. Priyanka from Hospital Crystal, Mishti, researcher at Developing Biology Laboratory, Dr. C, researcher at Fake University, Dr. Ishna from Value Vet Clinic, Nitya, CEO of WWF, Dr. Fintin Finbar, zoologist at Zoo Nagaran. Animal testing is widely known and accepted in many cultures across the globe. To varying extent, despite this topic often creates much debate and controversy in public. Animal testing can be narrowed down to a simple explanation of using animals for experimental purpose. Generally, the understanding of animal testing is to test the usage of toxicity, effectiveness of drug, chemical products, and develop medical treatments. Without wasting any minute, let's hear the opinion from Dr. Priyanka.
Thank you, Ms. Rashida, for having me here to share about animal testing practice. Animal testing has contributed to many life-saving cures and treatments. The California Biomedical Research Association states that nearly every medical breakthrough in the last 100 years has resulted directly from research using animals. Experiments in which dogs had their pancreas removed led directly to the discovery of insulin, critical to saving lives of diabetics. The polio vaccine tested on animals reduced the global occurrence of the disease from 350,000 cases in 1988 to 27 cases in 2016. Animal research has also contributed to major advances in understanding and treating conditions such as breast cancer, brain injury, childhood leukemia, cystic fibrosis, malaria, multiple sclerosis, and tuberculosis. Chris Abbey, director of University of Texas, states that we wouldn't have a vaccine for hepatitis B without chimpanzees, and says that use of chimps is our best hope for finding a vaccine for hepatitis C, and a disease that kills thousands of Americans annually.
So, I believe Dr. Ishna has something to oppose the opinion that has been stated.
A very good morning. I'm Dr. Isha. Thank you, Rashita, for giving me this opportunity to share my opinions today. The practice of animal experimentation has been debated for centuries about human health against compassion for animals. Society has allowed animal testing because people have been convinced that it was the only way to find cures for human diseases and to make drugs, cosmetics, and other products safely. The problem here is that animal safety, well-being, and their quality of life is generally not considered. I strongly disagree with the idea of using animals for scientific or commercial testing because animal testing is cruel and inhuman. Animals' rights are violated when they are used in research because they are not given a choice. Animals are subjected to tests that are often painful or cause permanent damage or even death. Human Society International is a division that works around the globe to promote human-animal bond. According to this division, animals used in experiments are usually tortured. They are subjected to force feeding, forced inhalation, and water deprivation. Sometimes they are purposely inflicted with burns and wounds to study about the healing process. This is really wrong because animals are also living organisms like us and they can feel pain too.
Good morning everyone. I agree with Dr. Ishna's point. Animals are very different from human beings and therefore make poor test subjects. The anatomic, metabolic, and cellular difference between animal and people make animal poor model for human beings. It's very hard to create an animal model that even equates closely what we are trying to achieve in humans. Animals do not get many diseases as humans do. For example, Parkinson disease, major type of heart disease, major type of cancer, Alzheimer's disease, HIV, and grapes, racing, and nuts are harmless in people but toxic to dogs. Aspirin is toxic to many animals including cats, mice, and rats. Thank you.
Dr. Isha and Nitya have stated their opinions individually. So, Mishti, how do you think that animals are suitable for research?
First of all, thank you, Ms. Rashida, for having me here today. Well, I strongly disagree with Ms. Nitya as I believe that animals are appropriate research material for any kind of research, especially for drugs. This because it aids scientists in the discoveries of new drugs and treatments to make health and medicine better. It's a bitter truth, but the truth fact is that an animal's life does not hold as much value than a human's. My point can be proved by the fact told by Lee Fanon that our primates are the best experiment models as they have 99% similarity with the human genes. So we can use primates to find out any kind of drugs. Well, we can't deny the fact that we can't use on human as a trial, right? So the best way to get an efficient model of drugs, I think it's through animals because that's the only way we have. And I would like to say that to ensure the safety of humankind, we have to take this bitter step, even though it's causing the life of animals, but it's for the betterment of the society. Thank you.
Dr. C, do you have any evidence to support that animal testing has positive outcomes?
Oh, indeed I do. Well, firstly, there's a huge misconception that animal testing is only used to benefit humans. However, we ignore the fact that animal testing have saved countless of animal lives. For example, um, for the development of the vaccines for rabies or the development of new treatments for other various animal diseases such as glaucoma, heart diseases, diabetes, and more. In fact, hip dysplasia in dogs, the treatment for hip dysplasia in dogs has only been found out through animal testing in dogs. We cannot use we cannot use human beings as test subjects because humans are vastly different from dogs. So in order to find out the effective treatment for dogs, we must use dogs. Testing on animals has also been instrumental in saving the lives and preserving the species of endangered animals. For example, the koala. It is now endangered in some parts of Australia due to a outbreak of the sexually transmitted disease chlamydia. However, with recent testing on koalas, we can develop vaccines that can slow down the process of the development of chlamydia and thus increase the lifespan of koalas. With that, I would like to conclude my point. Thank you.
I disagree with Dr. C's point. Animal tests may mislead researchers into ignoring potential cures and treatments. Some chemicals that are ineffective on or harmful to animals prove valuable when used by humans. Aspirin, for example, is dangerous for some animal species. Intravenous vitamin C has shown to be effective in treating sepsis in humans, but makes no difference to mice. Afkin 506, also known as tacrolimus, used to lower the risk of organ transplant rejection, was almost shelved because of animal test results. According to neurologist Asha Akhtar, report on Slate.com stated that a source of human suffering may be the dozens of promising drugs that get shelved when they cause problems in animals that may not be relevant for humans. Animals and humans are never exactly the same. There's also the argument that the reaction of a drug in an animal's body is quite different from the reaction in a human. The main criticism here is that some believe animal testing is unreliable. Following on that criticism is the premise that because animals are in an unnatural environment, they will be under stress. Therefore, they won't react to the drugs in the same way compared to their potential reaction in a natural environment. This argument further weakens the validity of animal experimentation.
Well, all of our guests have stated their brilliant points, but still we are lacking the evidence to support either animal testing is more to pros or cons. So I would like to get back to Dr. Isha on why do you think that animal testing should not be practiced in society?
Animal tests are more expensive than alternative methods and are a waste of money. Human Society International also compared a variety of animal tests with their in vitro counterparts and found out that animal tests are way more expensive than the normal alternative methods. Recently, Empirico, a biotechnology company, invented synthetic livers which can predict the liver's metabolic reaction to drugs quicker, cheaper, and more accurate than animal testing. Well, I think testing of products on animals is completely unnecessary because there are many alternatives available. We need to stop abusing and killing animals for our own benefits. Thank you.
Dr. Isha said that it is a waste of money to test products on animals. But Dr. Priyanka, do you think that there is any alternative way to test products on animals?
Well, there is no adequate alternative to testing on a living whole body system. Living systems like human beings and animals are extremely complex. Studying cell cultures in a petri dish, while sometimes useful, does not provide the opportunity to study interrelated processes occurring in the central nervous system, endocrine system, and immune system. Evaluating a drug for side effects requires a circulatory system to carry the medicine to different organs. Also, conditions such as blindness and high blood pressure cannot be studied in the tissue cultures. Computer models can only be reliable if accurate information gleaned from animal research is used to build the models in the first place. Furthermore, even the most powerful supercomputers are unable to accurately simulate the workings of complex organs such as the brain. As Dr. Priyanka said, there is no alternative way. The Animal Welfare Act has not succeeded in preventing horrifying cases of animal abuse in research laboratories. Right now, millions of mice, rats, cats, dogs, and other animals locked in barren cages in laboratory across the country that they languish in pain, suffer from extreme frustration, ache with loneliness, and long to be free. Instead, all they can do is sit, wait in fear of the next terrifying and painful procedure that will be performed on them. The complete lack of environmental enrichment and the stress of the living situation cause some animals to develop neurotic type of behaviors such as spinning in circle, rocking back and forth, pulling out their own claws, and even biting themselves. After enduring a life of pain, loneliness, and terror, almost all of them will be killed. There are many non-animal test methods that can be used in place of animal testing. Not only this non-animal test more human, they also have potential to be cheaper, faster, and more relevant to humans.
Thank you, Lydia, for sharing your point. However, I have a different opinion from yours, and it's that animals make better test subjects than humans due to them having shorter lifespans. This is essential for testing treatments when it comes to genetic diseases or inheritance of genetic conditions. For example, mice. Mice can, mice can give birth up to a litter of a dozen. However, humans can only give one. In addition, mice can only live for about 5 years, and humans live about 80 years. If you want to understand how does a genetic condition which has been inherited from generations develop, is more feasible to use specific animals that have a shorter lifespan. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. C. Dr. Finba, do you have something to say about this?
Animal tests do not reliably predict results in human beings. 94% of drugs that pass animal tests fail in human clinical trials. According to neurologist Asha Akhtar, over 100 stroke drugs that were effective when tested on animals have failed in humans, and over 85 HIV vaccines failed in humans after working well in non-human primates. A study published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences of the United States of America found that nearly 150 clinical trials of treatments to reduce the inflammation in critically ill patients have been undertaken, and all of them failed, despite being successful in animal tests. Poor research practices invalidate the data obtained. Data discrepancies are not the only issue that face animal research transitioning to human research. When poor research practices are used, the data that is obtained could be invalidated. There is also the possibility that poor research practices could create false positive data that could not then place human lives at risk. Unless there's accurate and complete oversight over the current field of animal research, this threat to the data will always exist. Thank you.
Strongly oppose the point stated by Dr. Finba. As we researchers, we are aware of the laws regulated by the special forces like WWF for us to treat the animals in a better way. For example, we have to use the principle of 3 Rs such as refinement, reduction, and replacement. We should practice these 3 Rs to make sure that the animals that we research on does not suffer or does not undergo any mistreatment. Besides, according to Dervish in 2006, scientists were asked to lessen the degree of suffering and reduce the number of animals that are used for any kind of research treatment or for drugs. Therefore, I believe that these laws that we abide does not make any kind of animals suffer. And thus, abiding the law, we can create drugs that are efficient and does not cause any harm to animals. Thank you.
Thank you, Mishti. Our guest has proved in terms of medical, numbers and laws that animal testing has both advantages and disadvantages equally. However, I would like to add something in brief. This forum has been brought up here today because of public. It were publics who first realized that animals were abused. But the doctors and researchers are forced to do so on animals because of the public needs. The more public needs new material and new products, the more animal will be abused. So I'll let you all decide about this. Thank you for joining me today. I'll be back next week with a new forum.